All right, we're gonna hang a TV and a solid brick wall. We're gonna use these concrete style anchors that actually come with the Santa's TV mount that we're using. We're gonna go ahead and set our depth by putting the bit on the wall and then using the depth feeler. And you can adjust it here in and out in order to figure out what depth you need to drill. That way you don't go too far. We're gonna start slightly, probably smaller than I'm gonna need, and then we'll test fit and then step up, because obviously you can make the hole bigger but not smaller. This is gonna be pretty loud, so we'll get going. Now we'll test fit and see if this will go in. That might actually work. Grab a hammer. See if we can get it in there. Awesome. So very glad we went small first. So that's going to work for now. We'll go ahead and put a lag bolt in that, and then we'll use that to level to figure out where the next hole goes. I've already got the lag bolt with a washer on it. We're going to get the right size socket and a socket adapter for the impact. Should be a 1/2 inch. It's pretty standard. But of course it's proving me wrong. That was good. One. All right. Eye protection would have been a smart choice. All right, I'm going to loosen this just slightly. All right. That should give us enough room to get our anchors hammered in. And then we'll do the rest of the lag bolts. So let me grab some anchors. And of course, 3 more lag bolts. We're just going to use this broom to get the dust off before we tighten down. You can see the other 3 do line up. Let's get the lag bolts started, and then we'll attempt to level it. Now the actual mount has leveling built into it as well, so it's not the end of the world if it's not perfect. Try to get centered again. Just going to start all 3 just so we know we can get them all in. You can usually tell because it's pulling it down. There you go. You don't want to over tighten. If you over tighten, the anchors aren't going to work. Which is why I like these better than Tapcon. Alright, pretty good shape. Let's see where our level is. Pretty perfect. Focus. There we go. Pretty perfect. So what I didn't show in the last clip is how I actually line that up to figure out height. What I do is I take this mount before it's on the wall. Go ahead and put the arms on the back of the television. And when I'm doing that, I go ahead and pull them down and outside when I'm tightening them to try to get them evenly level. Of course, you got to judge different bolt length depending on the TV. Every TV is going to be different. And I do try to center to give myself some slop up and down. That way I've got some fine-tuning adjustment I still could do by taking those screws back out, going up or down, and making small adjustment. Then I'm going to set the mount actually in here, clip it in, and then I go ahead and figure out the height. I just always go from the bottom. So what I like to do is use my level, go right to the bottom of that trim, get it as level as possible, and then I measure from the end of this level to the top hole in the mount while it's on those brackets, and that tells me the height. So then I know from the bottom where the top holes need to go. So then I did the same here, went ahead and measured 18 inches up. I was shooting for this being the bottom of the TV, and then mounted the bracket. This bracket should be on there enough to hold hundreds of pounds. So this is an older TV. It is heavy, but it is an LCD. It's not an old plasma or anything. So that should mean that we're, probably over duty by 4 times the weight of this TV, because each of those anchors ought to hold, almost as much as this television. Now, I do know I went into mortar, not brick. I'm sure there'll be plenty of people that disagree with that technique, but I'd much rather put holes in mortar where they can be patched. Also, it's obviously much easier to drill, but when you've got this amount of hammer drill, nothing's super hard, and that just kind of makes it easier to get in. You probably also saw how much I had to hammer to get them in there, so that should mean they're nice and snug. Of course, they expand when you put the lag bolts in as well. So we'll go ahead and get this TV up and then show the final product. All right, so now you can see the final product. The TV is mounted. It looks pretty good, looks pretty level as well. The only issue that we have is because the mount is a little slim, there's actually a lot of power cord back there. I don't know if you can really see it, but because of that, the TV is leaning upwards instead of slightly down like I'd like. Easy to remedy. You can get a short extension cord that's got one of those flattened 90-degree pieces on it, and then obviously plug the television power cord into the extension cord, and then zip tie everything up. Don't have anything we can actually put on this TV, as they're just going to have like a Roku or Amazon Fire or whatever, and that's going to be the source, and they don't actually have that yet, but we did want to make sure it did turn on, that everything looks good. And as you can see, we are in a bit of a wet environment, so that's why we're using an, 9-year-old 1080p TV that I actually got for free. So hope you enjoy the video. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments, and go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, and there'll be more stuff like this on the channel as soon as I can. Also, hopefully getting a GoPro tomorrow, so the video quality ought to start being a lot better as well. If you know any tips to do this better than I did, I'm always glad to learn something new, and really do appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching. Thank you.